In regards to today's game, though, have you had the luxury of being able to move a few players around? Is there something you're going to try with this game, or are you stick to the process?
Stick to process and just work on the things that we've been working hard at. Had a little bit of disjointed preparation with the under-18s, New Zealand under-18s with Mark Graham and Zay Wallace, attending that. But other than that, it's been a pretty good week.
In regards to your group, just want to talk about that. So, how are you looking in regards to man management for this game?
Filippo Faihuia comes in from the reserve grade in for us. He's part of the Warriors setup, so he gets a start on the wing, and that's a forced change due to Willie Peace being away on family holiday.
Yeah, and your view on the reserves, man-up reserves, you must be pretty wrapped in regards to how they're tracking for you.
Oh, absolutely, and that was one of the club's directives or briefs, to make the reserve grade better and us as a group stronger, and so very pleasing, how they've performed this year, and I hope they can continue on that. But they've definitely been a group that supported us right through, and vice versa.
Awesome, mate. And what's the strategy for today, Willie? The weather this morning, there was thunderbolts and lightning, it was pissing down rain. Now it's sun shining out and we're all going to get a suntan. The ground's probably a little bit heavy, it's not firm, but what's your strategy?
Again, we'll play to the conditions as best we can. It looks a little bit heavy underfoot, but again, we're just looking to complete and do the things that we've been training for, and if we stick to that, I'm pretty sure we'll come over the top.
Awesome, mate. Well, listen, good luck for today.
Cool.
More importantly, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Cool.
Mount Albert's right in amongst it all, and be interesting to see how we end up with the top four.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, with the head coach of the mighty Northcote Birkenhead Tigers, and we're at the SAS Fox Memorial game of the day, and up against Mount Albert, mate. Been a tough season so far. In regards to today's match, going up against Mount Albert, how are we going to beat them?
You've got to compete to start with. That's going to be the biggest thing. Get our defence sorted out, and then it'll just be a little bit of individual talent, I think. Spark things up. They're all young. They're all young fellas. We've only got 3 boys in there this week that have got Fox experience other than from this year. But they try hard, and that's what they'll do. They'll try and compete, and then what happens from there, who knows.
In regards to your group, your 17, have you managed to have the group that you wanted to have, or are you having to do a bit of man management?
We've got 8 out at the minute.
Well,
so we've got a few boys up from Resi's, but they said they're all keen, they're all trying hard, they're all turning up to training, so that's all you can ask at this point.
In regards to the attitude coming up to training, obviously, coming off, it's been a tough season so far, to say the least, and I think you've got a big clash next week with Otahu.
No, it's 2 weeks away.
2 weeks away, sorry about it. Is any of that play part of your coaching in regards to, motivating the kids? I nearly said the kids.
Well, they are kids, yeah, you're right.
Motivating the team in regards to, week in and week out.
Look, the hard part's been for the last is getting through this 3-week period that we're in at the minute. We've had Point, Kura last week, and Mount Albert this week, and we're not kidding ourselves. We know they're the 3 gun teams on the comp. The aim's been, as I said, just to compete hard for those 3 weeks, come out the back end of it, structure, and then so we see what we can do from there. We've got a 4-week run home from there, which includes the Otahu game. Which has to be what we're aiming at, and the boys all know.
In regards to playing at home, obviously, there's torrential downpour this morning. It's now burning sunshine out there. Whilst the ground's not firm and hard, is there any advantage for the Northcote Tigers being at home?
The boys always like playing at home. The Tigers always like playing here, so they enjoy it. They usually get some good support too, which helps.
Awesome, mate.
They'll go hard.
The Battle of the Cats at Birkenhead War Memorial took 13 minutes before the first try was scored by Big Ulupao. Comes crashing across. That was converted for a 6-0 lead.
And then Marcus Fraser straight out of dummy half, easily over under the post there.
Taulu was the next try scorer. That was only 4 minutes later. Nice blind offload as well from Dylan Rota, and it was Dion Snell who wrapped up the first half scoring action with a try just 2 minutes out from the half-time break. Too powerful, close to the line, too strong. 5 minutes into the second half, and it's Pallavi comes crashing across from close range.
Yeah, great work in there in Aoki, backing up this halfback here, running onto a lovely short ball there from the young Zay Wallace. And going 60 metres, stepping the last two players, score his first try of the match.
32-0, and it just felt like the floodgates had opened at this stage, and they continue to allow to leak points. Shomkul in close to the post. Next up, Wallace. Watch this run. Zay Wallace capitalising on a good bounce. A decent enough chase too from the fullback who comes through to try and square him off, but an 80-metre run to the line for Zay Wallace, one of the standout performances for the Mount Albert Lions this afternoon. Next up, Tolu was the try scorer as we saw Awake get the break. When it comes to Purcell at this stage, the offloads were coming thick and fast. Zay Wallace involved himself as well, and then Tolu into the corner. And at this stage, really, it was the Mount Albert Lions absolutely on fire.
Yes, and there's young Wallace again going over to score yet again, the young man. 17-year-old playing well beyond his years.
5 minutes later, it goes wide to Fakiua. He scores two. This is the first of them. And pressure here for the fullback. Just straightens and barges his way across the line, really. At that stage, 56-0.
I think it was about a minute before he scored his second try. And it was just all too easy, and it was looking quite dismal for the Northcote Tigers at this stage. Final hooter couldn't come quick enough.
Just completely outclassed. And the man who scored the first try comes across to score the second, gets it, shrugs off one, out of my way, he says, and then comes back, says 2 or 3 more Tigers. Get out of me. And then he goes to score. Holy dooly, 66-0. The Lions too good for the Tigers.
Just coming off against main TV ground game for SAS Fox, mate. What are your first thoughts after that match?
It was a good hard game. That was pretty much a tough team all around the park. Couldn't give them an inch, but credit to them and credit to our boys. We dug deep. We knew we were a smaller side, so we just had to keep grinding and put in effort. Unfortunately, didn't come away with the win, but all credit to the boys. We did good. So,
mate,
yeah.
In the first half, you know, you guys were in it. You're having a serious contest for at least that first 35 minutes.
Yeah, no,
and then sort of just they got a wee bit of a jump in before half time.
Yeah.
At the half time chat, mate, what was the coach saying to the boys?
He just wanted us to keep pressuring the middles and like not letting them get on top of us and just keep working. We just had to work. That was the main thing, just keep our energy levels up and yeah, just...
Well, mate, look, I think it was a gutsy effort today, you know, and you guys have got a couple of big games coming up before the end of the season. So best of luck for the rest of the season. Commiserations for today. And, mate, I think everyone in the team will be able to hold their heads high.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, bro. Okay, with the captain of the Mount Albert Lions, and we've just had the game of the round for Mary Television against Northcote Tigers. First thoughts, Daniel?
Yeah, real happy with the effort the boys put out today. Keep them to nil was one of our goals for this week, and just a better second half as well, so real happy with that.
Awesome. In that first half though, Tigers were in a real contest, you know, I think for a good 30-35 minutes, and a lot of that was down inside your territory.
Yeah.
What was the chat at halftime? Even though, you know, that last 5-6 minutes you guys got a few numbers on the board, what was the chat from Willie at halftime?
Willie was just saying he was real proud of our efforts on the line there, keeping them out about 5 sets, so just to keep it up and just to have a better second half with our attack-wise and stuff, go through the middle.
Awesome, mate. Well, look, I think you guys are looking pretty tidy as the run home towards the finals. I can hear the boys doing the victory song in the background. Thanks very much for your time. Best luck for the next few weeks.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Alrighty, so with the chairman of the Northcote Tigers, and we had the game of the round today for SAS Fox down here at the home of the Tigers. And first things first, what does it mean having a TV game here for Northcote?
Oh, it's absolutely, we love it. We love being able to showcase the facilities that we have here, and you know, we've got a beautiful park, and it's great for our supporters, sponsors, and just our general club members.
Northcote Tigers been doing it tough this year, Bobby.
Yeah, we have.
You know, another big tough day today. What's the feeling in the camp in regards to, you know, the next couple of weeks, and you've got a big challenge coming up with Otahu?
Yeah, we're totally, the club and our supporters and committee are totally behind Jeff and his team. I mean, I know we didn't get the result today, and that scoreboard didn't really reflect the game.
No, I agree with you. Their first half, you know, 35 minutes, the Northcote guys were down inside there, having the territory. There was in a true contest. Got a wee bit of frayed at the edges there with Mount Albert running a couple of tries before half time, so made things a wee bit difficult.
I think Jeff probably had about 8 of his boys out. I know we're carrying a few injuries in that, and it's probably above the games that he was probably focusing on, that maybe wasn't one of them. Obviously we'd like to get a win every game, but we're right behind them. I mean, you can't take away the passion and the enthusiasm of the boys that we've got out there, the under 20 boys from last year. Like, there's, you know, some players that I've seen playing through the grades for a number of years, and they've just had a chance to step up. And, you know, young guys like Tawhiti, he's been right through our grades, and I'm just really, really rapt that he's had opportunities to step up, and you know, that's great for the game, and great for the boys in the Premier First and that. So
awesome. Yeah. And this evening, what happens in the club after a TV match?
Probably no different to any other week. We've got a few more people down here. Probably just a couple of, you know, our supporters will stay and have a couple of drinks, and then we'll have our prize giving, and I'm sure Jeff and his team will be already preparing the strategy for next week's game.
Awesome. Look, well, I know you're busy. Thank you for letting me kidnap you for a few minutes.
It's all good.
Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And I'll catch up with you over the next couple of weeks.
Thanks very much, Troy.
Awesome one.